Alrighty y'all, welcome back to another video. Currently it is 12:45 p.m. on April 22nd, 2023, and this is going to be a short weather update. So we do currently have a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of North Carolina. This is going to extend all the way up into Virginia and even parts of Baltimore, I believe you're included in. Yes, so even parts of Maryland, Delaware too. So this is a pretty decent sized line that has some pretty strong storms with it. This cell right here did have a tornado warning with it a few minutes ago. As we move more into South Carolina and near Myrtle Beach, we can see once it decides to query, and there we go, you can see we do still have some pretty strong thunderstorms in the area, specifically along the coastline. Now these for now are not severe, so they're strong but not severe yet. Then we do have this one right here. This is under a special weather statement. It doesn't look to be that strong. It does have some decently strong winds. It is in a radar hole though, so it's hard to tell. Hail. Not looking to see any hail with this cell. Let's go ahead and switch radars once it queries. Come on. Yeah, here you can see we do have just a bit of hail, up to 0.6 inches in diameter, so half an inch in your average size hail. Doesn't look to be that strong. We do have, if we jump back over into Greenville, we do have a few cells near Forest City, just north of Greenville, that are looking to develop. If we go and view our convection inhibition, basically the higher the value, the less likely of a storm is to develop. So we do have a good bit of it in the area. Most of it is going to be in central US, with a good bit in Texas, but we do have a good bit here. If we go to our current instability, we can see that Cape is pretty high in parts of South Carolina, up to 2,000, and with that low convective inhibition, we could see some thunderstorms pop up pretty shortly. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the Futurecast. I'll be with y'all in a second. Alrighty, and I am back now with our Futurecast. So you can see here that we do have some cells. Here are those cells that I was talking about earlier that are starting to develop as we go on. They're gonna pulse up a little bit more and go into more of a line style for these cells, and then as we move, you can see they do end up getting decently strong as we go into the afternoon hours. This is going to be 3 p.m. where these cells are going to be in a good chunk of the Charlotte area, and we're going to have some strong cells in our viewing area, specifically in Chesterfield County. If we go ahead and move it on a little bit more, these cells are going to start to clear out of our viewing area by around 6 p.m., maybe 4 or 5, that area. But then as they move off onto the eastern coast, it's going to be a lot, they're going to be a lot stronger than they will be. So we could see the possibility for a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings, maybe even a severe thunderstorm watch later in the day with all these cells. And it could even include parts of our viewing area by around 2 p.m. when all these cells start to get going. So I'll go ahead and put us back on the viewing area, and I'll loop this for y'all. So as you can see, not really much is going to happen after these cells move out by 12 a.m. We're going to see Texas, you're going to have a bunch of cells, possibly some severe, but most of it is going to be off the coastline by 12 a.m. So if we go ahead and look at our categorical risk, you can see it's only a slight risk, so I'm not expecting a severe thunderstorm warning to be issued, or not warning, watch, excuse me. But most of our viewing area is under a marginal to just a general thunderstorm outlook. If we go ahead and look at our temperature difference, let me go ahead and turn off that watch for y'all. So you can see it's colder than normal. Greensboro, you've dropped 17 degrees. Here in Charlotte, we dropped 9 degrees. So it's gotten decently cold recently. And that is going to be because this morning we had a cold front move through. Here's that front, goes all the way down into Georgia and Florida, but that front is what brought those colder temperatures, and right now it's not updated. The front's more where the line of storms is, so the front is somewhere here in this general area. So if we go ahead and look at our current temperatures while it queries, there we go. It's mostly in the mid-60s in the Carolinas right now. Some parts of our viewing area are at 70 degrees. Greenville, excuse me, in North Carolina is at 77. It's getting pretty warm in parts of the country. And meanwhile, if we go into parts of Montana, it's 28. So definitely got a southern ridge building. Some cold air damming in the mountains, but nothing to be too cold. So if we look at our current dew points, again, let me take off this watch. So see dew points in the mid to upper 50s for most of the area, which is indeed pretty warm. So with that, I will do one last check of the radar before I let y'all be. Can I get it to query? And yes, I can. So here, that cell, as you can see, it is very much developing pretty quickly. So these cells do in fact look like they have something going for them, I believe. I mean, they're definitely developing very quickly, but like I said, that CATE, it's not the highest. It's around 500, which can definitely have thunderstorm development, but again, it's not the highest. It's higher in parts of southern South Carolina, mainly southeast of I-95 corridor. Sumter, Orangeburg, Kershaw County, near Lugoff and Camden, South Carolina, that's where your higher regions are going to be. So with that said, I will talk to y'all later. If we have a tornado warning, I'll probably jump on in. See y'all. Bye.